If you don't know my story, and you ain't never heard of me, don't call me an OG. Please don't call me an OG, especially if you don't know me. Don't be calling me old school unless you got a master's in these streets. Don't call me an OG. Please don't call me an OG if you don't know me and my streets. We are here with HB's longtime friend and associate, Ian Anderson. E.M.S, the artist, rap artist known as E.M.S, associated with DJ Green, Slow Spokes, and several other countless local projects and national projects. Lead engineer, live engineer to Mint Condition, and such groups as Jesse, Johnny Lang, and countless others. Too many to go on. We're here on the documentary. Be asking Ian a couple questions about your boy HB, Mr. Hitchcock. Ian, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. Putting in work.
Putting in work. We got a couple questions we want to ask you, man, about the documentary about HB, Mr. Hitchcock. How did you meet HB, Mr. Hitchcock?
Man, see, Ace was out on the West Coast, and he was coming back to Minneapolis to, catch up with family and stuff like that. From what I remember, I think his mom was living here and stuff like that. And he had kind of met up or gave a shot to a guy that I was working with, James Klein, but he more on the blues end of things, and that's how I got a lot of my live sound interest. I got it from him. So Ace came in and he was looking for some people to work with, and just at the right place at the right time. He came down, chit chatted, and what was that? I wanted to hear his stuff, so I was like, yeah, come by the studio, we'll hang out. And he walked all the way to my house, like literally, I don't know, what is it, like 4 or 5 miles or something like that, walk, because his pride was so high. He didn't want to take the bus. It was beautiful, and I gave him heart for that. When he brought the stuff over to me, he played me some pieces that he had been working on, and I was like, man, I'm like, this is big. I'm like, it sounded huge. I'm like, what'd you produce this stuff on? And he was like, it was like a little Boss, like 120, or this little machine and a little keyboard. But like, he just knew how to make it happen. So you plug that in the equation, and then as long as you do something right, I don't care if you're working with a Casio keyboard, as long as you do it right, it sounds real good. And I was like, man, this is big. And I wanted to add some stuff to the project, so I said, hey, would you like to try some of these beats that I've made? And he was really real hip to it. So we made this nice little mashup record. And that was Mr. Hitchcock. That was the unveiling of it, and that was big. That was big. That was like a whole persona of his side that he really wanted to release, and let him out. A whole part of his, getting back to the basics, and bringing it full circle. Getting out of the hellhole that sometimes we get trapped in and stuff like that. So bring him back into the light, and it's been a beautiful thing ever since, man. That's how I met Ace.
Word up, man. What was it like working with him, though?
Be honest with you.
Honest
with you. Ace is one of them characters, a little tougher on people than you would naturally get from somebody, purely for the fact that he knows what he wants. So when somebody knows what they want, they're going to be like, no, it's got to be like this. And you can influence someone to a certain degree, and Ace really knew what he wanted. So when going through it, it was a little bit harder to push something on him and say, hey, try it like this, let's do it like this. But after he tried a few things, he kind of got my trust and stuff, and we started like breaking some rules. And when we started breaking rules, man, we broke a lot of rules. But that's what made it good. So that's what it's like working with Ace. He knows what he wants. Absolutely.
Do you think HB is talented as people say he is?
Hell no. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he got to break out of his shell and do some singing. I think I know he's done some singing in the past and stuff, but like with Hitchcock, we I had this one song that I had produced, and I was really excited to have something done with it, and he took it to a whole new level with the singing stuff, and it was beautiful because he got to stretch, spread his wings and kind of fly with it, and yeah, absolutely, Ace is super talented. It's been years. I mean, like there's a couple hundred songs going on right now of him just completely killing it. So, be your judge.
Is Ace as difficult as people say he is? A lot of people have a stigmatism about him. Is it true that he's really kind of hard to work with? You had hit on that earlier, or is it some kind of dynamics that could be explained, or maybe he's just an asshole?
Well, no. Like I said before, when somebody knows what they want, they have an expectation of results. So let's say if I go to an engineer and I'm like, hey, I want to rock this song, I want to do it like this, and this is how I'm comfortable doing it. And the engineer goes, no, you got to do it my way. My way is the best way. Well, I'm not comfortable with your way. And if you're not comfortable with somebody's way, they're going to look at it like, oh man, you're an ass, you don't know what you're doing. But in reality, it's just kind of like putting in work. Somebody's going to see that and go, okay, we'll do it your way, we'll try it out. And when they try it out and they see that's what you want, it's a beautiful thing. So I kind of touched on that earlier. So this is a similar question, but
would you consider Ace be a good businessman? As far as like handling business in his career, you was one of those people that's booking them shows. You was responsible for the helping of his first video. You was responsible for the unveiling of Hitchcock, introducing back into the local circuit and multiple shows. How would you say his business ethic is?
Some people talk about grinding and like, oh yeah, I work real hard. I'm always grinding away. I'm trying to get this done. Oh, I got these shows. I got this CD coming out. Got all this. Some people talk and some people walk. Ace balls.
Next question. What is your greatest memory or situation or song or a picture? What is your greatest memory of Ace B?
Greatest memory of Ace B.
Good or bad?
Good or bad. Okay. We were doing a show at, I think it was called Big E's Soul City or Soul Food Supper Club. And they had this little, 6-inch riser stage in the dining room area. And everybody rocked that. All the DJs hit it up and stuff. And it was a fun, dark little, like kind of hole in the wall with good food. And we would do that. We were playing this one show. And you had the two openers that night were two like cats from different sides of the city or different neighborhoods, and they hated each other. Like they didn't get along at all. So by the time we get on, Ace and I had split a set together, did some of my stuff, did some of his stuff, and we were doing it. And I think we were like doing a song "Bats and Chains" or something like that.
Bodies drop right now.
Bodies drop, yeah. Bodies drop right now, and we were like really getting into it. And it was really intense. You could see that you could cut the tension in the room with like a knife. You know what I mean? You had the guys on this side, guys on this side, and people in the middle just kind of grooving out. And you could see them looking at each other. Well, somebody said something in the bar area, and we just watched two sides of the room like filter out. And we were like, whoa, something's going on. Like a fight breaks out right there, right in the front area. So we're like, whoa, we stop. We get off the stage and we come around the corner to check it out, and it was like a full-on brawl right in the front. And Ace looks at it and goes, "Fuck it, we're getting out of here right now." He goes, "We're gone." So he hops out and he literally does this thing where he wedges his arms together and he plows through this whole brawl of people going in the front like foyer area. And just plows through them, knocks them out of the way, heads out the front door, and he's out. And I'm like trying to follow his wake, right? But I can't, like, it just collapses right back in. So I'm like, oh shit, this is crazy. So I step back, and there was this girl standing over by the wall, and I'm like, we gotta go, we gotta move. And I try to move her to the bar area, and then all of a sudden it was like the whole room compressed. It went like, I can't really explain more. It's like the air pressure changed. Like when you're on an airplane and your ears pop. it was kind of like that. And what it was, you know, it happened pretty quick, but it was bullets coming through the front window. And the room just compressed like that. So I pushed this girl, and at the same time we're like diving into the bar area, like falling all over the place. And there's broken glass from a fight and everything, and bottles and you know, all that stuff they were throwing around. And I pull her through the bar area because it kind of proceeds to go on. It was crazy. I get her up into the bar area, and there's like blood like all over the place from her. And I thought it was me actually, but but so I like get her up, and then the owner's there, the manager's there and stuff, and we bring her like get into the kitchen because we were like crawling around the side of the bar. And we get in the kitchen and it was like there was like I don't know if she took a direct hit from like some shrapnel from the window or actually direct hit from a bullet, but there was definitely blood leaking right out of her. So it was like I looked at it and I was like, this is crazy. Ace is already outside. I got to get outside. So I'm like, I looked at the owner. I'm like, sorry, I don't need to stay or nothing like that. And I already had some stuff going on, so I didn't need to be.
And you know, made it so bad. He paid us.
Yeah, they paid us too, which was great because we didn't even finish the set.
Woo.
But I ran out the back and tried to meet up with Ace around the block. So I went out the back kitchen door, and then they had like this big dumpster and a big ass fence. So I like jumped up. Like did the kick off the one wall, Jackie Chan style, jumped up on top of the dumpster, went over the fence, landed, cut around to meet Ace out front where we had the cars. And I get out there and it was like, realized that we had equipment inside. So, you know, regardless, we got back in and they paid us for the show and everything like that. And but I just remember that plow. Like, it's kind of like reminiscent of like, what he does with when he raps and stuff like that is he literally plows through the track and he pushes everything aside like, check this out, and he gets right through there. And that's my best memory of Ace B because it sums him up completely, handles business, knocks it down. Not even a fight could stop it. He's gonna get whatever he wants wherever he wants. I couldn't do that shit. Yeah.
What's your name?
My name's E.M.S. from the Slow Spokes. Connection.
Thank you. Peace. We out.
You want to do that last one again there? What's your name?
If you don't know my story and you ain't never heard of me, don't call me an OG. Please don't call me an OG, especially if you don't know me. Don't be calling me old school unless you got a master's in these streets. Don't call me an OG. Please don't call me an OG if you don't know me and my streets.